Are you sad you're missing out on Bieberchella this weekend or next weekend? I'm not. Hi, I'm KK. I am not normally such a hater, but today I'm going to be an informed hater. I have been percolating, thinking about, I've been a certified Coachella hater for a while, and I want to make a video to commiserate with anyone who's sad about not going, or to bond with glee with those who gladly are not attending Coachella. If you are attending, or if you love it, this video might not be for you, and that's okay. But I just wanted to organize all of my thoughts in a messy little rant, because I'm feeling like being messy this weekend. And so that's your thing. Go ahead and keep watching, hit like and hit subscribe. I love to have you. I'm so close to my goal of reaching 500 subscribers, okay? But I just wanted to kind of rip it up, talk about my feelings, and hopefully you agree with me or don't agree with me. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about Coachella, okay? And while I've never been to Coachella, one could say, how can you hate on it if you've never been? I think I have enough evidence to prove to you why I am very happy I'm not going. And frankly, it's better that I'm not going. That way, I open the opportunity for those who actually want to be there, okay? So I organized a cute little list about all of the reasons why I'm excited to not be attending Coachella this year, okay? So first and most importantly, I am happy I'm not going because I saw Justin Bieber perform in 2010 during his Never Say Never tour. It was in Honolulu, Hawaii. If you are a baddie around the ages of mid-20s to 30s, 40s, you may or may not have been there as well. And if you were there, hey girl, because we bonded in that moment, you know? That audience was amazing. So while I wasn't the one less lonely girl, I do feel like I had a pretty extraordinary experience. And when you've had Justin Bieber at his best, why would you want the rest? No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, it would be cool to see Justin Bieber live. But again, that's another one where I'm like, I love music, but like, I would rather the people who are like diehard believers who like, this is for them. I'm like, go off. I got my chance in 2010 and I never regret it for a second, okay? So this one's for you, you know? I love you, Shawty.
I love you, Shawty.
Enjoy, have fun. Tell Bieber I say hi and that I hope he's doing well. I think he already knows my love for him, so I'm not too pressed that I will not be seeing him, okay? The other reason why the show was fabulous was it was Justin Bieber with Jasmine V opening up for him, and then Jaden Smith came out in a little denim jacket that said Jaden across the back to perform Never Say Never, and then he literally like went away. I was like, you're not gonna do like more songs with him? But anyway, I mean like literally, if you've had the best, why would you want the rest? I already have seen, some could argue, one of the peaks, if not the peak of his artistry, okay? 2, Coachella seems to be an overstimulating nightmare. This amazing TikTok user named Emerson, I'll spread out, I can insert clips of her video, but she said it best. She said, Coachella seems like the overstimulated final boss, and I could not agree more. I too am too neurospicy for the Coachella elements. So we're talking the sand, the heat, the running around, like, in an uncomfortable outfit, like, no, I'm sure, I mean, I'm gonna get to the fashion later, but I'm sure you've seen there's this trend to wear these jewelry dresses and they're so beautiful, and I get it. The baddies are not concerned about being comfortable. I love that for you, okay? But, like the idea of like wearing fake jewelry and then like the stress on my neck and then like all of my skin, the skin turning like green and like needing to apply, like anyone who's as white as me, please be applying sunscreen like every 30 minutes because like the idea of just getting burned up sounds terrible. I remember people wear those like masks because like all the sand gets in your nose and then the temperature goes from like super, super hot to super cold. Nightmare. This is why I also would never want to like do Burning Man or anything like that. I'm like, I'm good. I've never been a festival girl. I almost went to Governor's Ball once, but I remember talking to my sister and I'm an ADHD girly, so I get antsy even if I like the performer at a concert. Like towards the like second half of it, I'm like, okay, let's wrap this up. Let's fast forward. Can I do 2 times speed on all these performances? Like, I don't know if I just have a problem and that I'm too antsy for shows or something like that, but like, it's not it for me. I don't think I have the mental, emotional, or physical stamina to handle Coachella. And again, if you do, that's amazing. But I hope you can, anyone can relate to me in that, and that the elements alone are enough for me to be like, I'm good on that one, dog. So while we're talking about it, fashion, I do feel like, okay, so Coachella fashion's very interesting. So right, it started in like 2010s, it was very bohemian. I can't help but think of like my Vanessa Hudgens, her headpieces, all of that good stuff, but it was still vaguely comfortable. Then I feel like the ante got upped, and every single year, you know, it was more and more. Then I think of the peak of the crazy outfits with like the Kylie Jenner and all of her multicolored wigs, which the idea of wearing a wig sounds so itchy and uncomfortable. And then James Charles assless chaps. I mean, somebody had to wear them. I guess it was him. Again, that's an image I could go the rest of my life without seeing again. But, and then, oh my God, my favorite thing about Coachella culture was like, I feel like you can look at the rise in Coachella with like the rise of influencer culture. And I feel like the ante kept getting upped, and it was this more and more thing where like influencers were dressing more and more elaborately. And then I think it was like 2019, Bella Hadid just wore jeans and a t-shirt. If I were an influencer wearing a full feathered like gown and headpiece, I'd be like, I'm just gonna go jump off the H1. Like, so embarrassing. I'm not trying to blast you because I love feathers and I love dressing extra. Do not get me wrong. But that, like that was her basically being like, I'm not like you. I'm gonna be cool and do my own thing in my jeans and my t-shirt, and like looked fabulous doing so. She probably didn't have to wear a bra. Love you, Bella. So I've noticed the jewelry dresses, as I mentioned, those seem like a sensory nightmare. But I also feel like there's been a trend away from like the bohemian kind of fashion of Coachella, which I kind of like in like a 2010s way. And it's a bit more like cowboy-y. So even wearing like cowboy boots and cowboy hats, whatever, that doesn't seem the most comfortable. The hat was probably perfect. But the biggest thing I can't help but reiterate is like the single-use fashion. So many of these people with peace and love are wearing lots of fast fashion, or even if it's like a higher end brand, maybe if it's even sustainable, it's like you're buying things for a single-use event, and I can't help but be like, you guys, what are we doing here? I love the girlies that are DIYing. Again, like those crazy jewelry dresses, even though I could truly never wear those. That sounds so uncomfortable. But I don't like this pressure to be like, oh, I need an outfit for Coachella. Go full Bella Hadid and wear jeans and a t-shirt. Like, that's so much more, if you ask me. I feel like this idea that like you need outfits and like you need to dress a certain way is just adding to like the gross amounts of clothing waste we have in our planet. And like, I really feel like if I had any sort of influence, I would want to influence people that like, as much as I love a fun fashion moment, you don't need to spend money and you don't need to wear something crazy just for one time. Like, I think it'd be so much cooler to like, you know, wear something simple that you already own and then add elements to it. I'm gonna be dorky here for a second, but like skin protection, sun protection, respiratory protection, I think that's important. And I feel like if I was at something like that, I would want to include those elements because I think it's an important message to send to other people, like take care of yourself there. And again, to it being an overstimulating nightmare, if you're there, please drink water, like lots of water. And I don't know if they charge for water, I bet they do. But like nightmare fuel, I'm telling you, like, oof. So that goes to my next reason, the money, oof. Oh, ay Dios mío. So, like, okay, I did some research, and a typical Coachella weekend costs between $1,500 to $3,000 per person for the weekend, including tickets, lodging, travel, and food. That's what the internet says. I don't believe that. I think it is much more. And also, breaking all those things down, okay, so tickets. So that's why I feel like I've noticed a lot of micro-influencers and other influencers talking about how they want brands to take them. And with peace and love, this is... insert hater alert energy, but I've seen some discourse around influencers like begging brands on TikTok to take them to Coachella, and like, you guys, we've lost the plot here. And I get it. You want to be treated with like you want a more comfortable experience probably, right? Like not only financially, but like I saw Nikki DeMar posted a video about her Coachella thing, and she said when a brand takes you, you have this like a whole itinerary planned out, and like you go with a group of girls, and like that all actually sounds very fun. And like I can understand why a peasant like me or like a micro influencer would yearn for an experience like that. But begging, you guys, we cannot be begging. We got to look in the mirror and be like, what are our values here? What is actually important? Because your worth, you don't need to beg for these things. And again, I'd argue, are you not begging to just be treated like a normal, decent human? Like, yeah, I also don't want to wait in crazy lines and spend a ton of money just for this musical experience. Like, I too would want to be treated like a VIP. And so I get that on one level, but like, you guys, let's not beg. And also, let's look at this from a larger perspective. I don't like Coachella culture because it's like this idea that you either spend a ton of money and you're still maybe treated like I call them treated like a peasant, or you're an influencer and have all this access to all these things and you get to do that for free. So like, yeah, I understand why people want this, but the kind of class dynamics of Coachella between the like, I think it's like a colored wristband system. I'm really not as familiar with it as possible, but like it feels icky to me. It feels kind of Hunger Games-y to me. And the only thing I can compare it to was one time, so while I was living in New York, I went to 2 different fashion shows during New York Fashion Week. One was a Marc Jacobs show when I was interning there, and I got to sit with the employees. I got to like come in at a reasonable time, I had a place to sit. It was super nice. Like I was like, this is amazing. And then another time, a friend got tickets to this Givenchy show. And I sat with the peasants, air quotes, my words, not anyone's. And it was like me and just other people who got these like free tickets, I guess. But we had to stand in line in the hot sun for hours waiting. And then we were just like a fishbowl, like looking at the celebrity seating. And we all waited forever because I guess Kanye came super late, which contro, but this was also in like 2015. But my point being, I realized then in that moment that I was like, I don't want to be in this, I don't like this weird division of class. We're all humans here. Why am I like staring at them like I'm in a zoo or something? It was weird. And like also, I feel like everyone should be treated well and decently. So like this idea again of, I'm sure there's internal politics of being like, oh, you only have general admission, like I have VIP, or like, I don't know. I'm not trying to hate on people so much, but like, I can't imagine those elements don't come into play. And that's something that gives me the ick. Another reason, see, I just keep coming up with reasons, but another huge reason, and this is, I'm gonna sound snobby, okay? I hate waiting in lines. This is why I don't go to Disneyland. And again, someone's like, wow, KK, all these elements sound like this is not for you. So like, why are you making this video? I'm making this video because I think it's kind of fun to organize all of the reasons why I would not want to go to something like this. But I hate waiting in lines. Nobody likes waiting in lines. And it seems like this is just line central. And my boyfriend always tells me, because he's a former Disney adult, that like I'd hate Disneyland because I don't like waiting in lines. And, you know, obviously lines are part of life. And I'm like, listen, at Disneyland, I'll wear comfortable shoes and I'll bite the bullet and I'll wait in those lines. But he's like, you'll hate. And to be in an uncomfortable outfit, probably uncomfortable shoes, and if you got these from fast fashion places, they're not made well, so they will be uncomfortable. And then waiting in lines, I can't. So back to how much money it costs. So they say $1,500 to $3,000, like per ticket, whatever. And then lodging, that's a whole nightmare. I might go on a mini rant. Okay, I'm gonna go on a mini rant. I also hate Airbnb. I'm telling you, I promise you, I'm not so snobby, so hi maka maka, but like for me, I'd rather use like Marriott points. I'd rather stay at like a Holiday Inn Express. I'm not an Airbnb girl for a lot of the obvious reasons. I just feel like, why am I paying to clean up after myself? And it just seems like a nightmare. And if you go with a group, it can be a whole thing. I'm just not here for it. Like, I'm not here for Airbnbs, so that I'm sure all the hotels are super expensive. And that's just something I'm not here for. Like, why would I do that? Why would I put myself through that? Especially because, like, after something so terrible, like, all you want is to sleep well. Oh, also, I remember some influencer, like, in one of the years was explaining that, like, you have to walk there. Walk? What, girl? And, like, if you're rich or bougie, you get, like, escorted on, like, a golf cart. But if not, you have to, like, walk there. I'm like, that sounds terrible. And then the whole thing is, like, at the end of the concert, like, everyone's trying to order Ubers. So then everyone's just, like, waiting for hours for Ubers. No. Whatever the opposite of signing me up, take me off the list. I never want to go to Coachella. Please. I never want to be there. And like, no. And then my whole thing is, it's like, I like it. If I'm going to go to a show for like an artist I love, it's like, okay, I live my day. I get dressed up. I go to my show. I go back. But the idea of being like waiting around all day and like feeling the pressure to like run around to shows, like that just sounds so exhausting to me. And I just like, that's not for me, and that's okay. But I think it's also kind of funny to laugh about these things. Like, I just feel like running around in between in between sets, and like, I'm like, you're there all day. Like, that sounds terrible. And again, I think when you're treated like an influencer, you get to be like zipped around and like you can go back. But I'm like, I need a nap. I need to lay. Like, I could do something in the morning, something in the afternoon maybe, but like not that and evening. Like, that's too much. So like, then it just would feel like a waste if I spent all this money on these tickets if I only wanted to go to like one person, you know? Oh, also huge other sidebar, I'm sober now. And so if I'm not drinking or doing drugs, like, I think you can have fun sober, and I encourage people to do that. But one thing about me is being sober, I don't love being around like super drunk, super messed up people. It's just not very fun. And like, again, please, I hope you don't watch this video and you're just thinking, wow, you are so pretentious. Like, you just don't do anything fun. But I'm like, no, like, that just sounds terrible. And I love it for whoever loves it. I love it for the girlies who are like, concerts give me the thrill of my life. Go, girl. You have fun. Have fun for the both of us, because I will not be there. Okay, now food. I opened up this Business Insider article that was talking about it from 2023. So I'm sure things have been inflated. But they said pizza was $11 a slice and you had to wait 30 minutes. Literally my version of hell. Capitalist hell. Are you kidding me? That's terrible. So I'm sure it's what, like $15 now. They said $33 for a turkey burger meal. I also cannot imagine this food's very tasty. And also to the IBS girlies, or any girly with any stomach issue, I'm a GERD girly. Girl, the idea of like having alcohol and then like a burrito taco and like buldak ramen and like a soft serve in your system and like a matcha. Oh, my tummy hurts just looking at it. And I don't know the toilet situation, but if it's porta potties, that's terrible. Like, that's another reason. The food and then the bathroom situation. No, don't take me away from there. Oh, and then a new element that I hadn't thought of. Miss Trevi Moran made a video talking about scammers. She was like, there's been more scammers than usual. Like, be careful where you like send your money if you're trying to get, I don't know, an upgrade or whatever. Scammers! Now I gotta watch out for a new thing. I gotta watch out for scammers. Get me away from there. Get me away from there. I don't want to be there. That's terrible. It's terrible. So I'm spending all my money and I might get scammed? Girl. No. Keeping my money safe and away from you guys. I also just can't help but feel like, okay, this is terrible. And sorry if I offend anybody. But I can't help but feel like we've missed Coachella's peak. Like if you've never gone, or if you had gone in like 2015, 2017, maybe 2019, like that was it, babe. You did it. I had a friend who performed at Coachella in 2004. Oh, imagine how cool that must have been when it was like on the come up. But like 2026, I just feel like it's so capitalismo. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, you're sugging the capitalism teat. For what? Like a musical experience? Like, frankly, I think I'd rather see any of those artists that I like elsewhere. Not to mention, I feel like you get a better view from the TV anyway. Like, if you're all the way in the back, like, that sucks. You can do all the fun stuff from the comfort of your own home. So I love people watching. I love looking at people's outfits. And, like, we can all do that from our phones. And also, you can watch the musical performances live. So why would you be incentivized to actually go? I feel like they really milk the FOMO aspect of it. And I think influencers are super guilty at doing this too. Like, look at how much fun I'm having. But I'm like, I can't imagine anyone's having that much fun. My stomach hurts. I spent a bunch of money. Or I'm subject to this brand and whatever they want to do, and I have to post all this stuff. I have to work. I have to work at this thing. So the options are either spend a ton of money or I'm working. Terrible. I'm out all day. The elements are terrible. My outfit's uncomfortable. My stomach hurts. The bathrooms are, the place I'm staying is terrible. But I do love Justin Bieber. There's gonna be one less lonely girl. So I kind of get why people would do it. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm saying if you didn't want to and you feel bad, you were right to trust your instincts and not go, okay? This is a hot take, but I don't think I like music as much as other people do. Everyone's always like, music's my life, like I'd die for it. I have kind of insane taste. So here are some of the artists I would have wanted to see at my own Coachella, okay? I want Lala Kent and James Kennedy to perform Ain't Nobody for the crowd.
Make it go pop, pop, pop. Until my panties go drop, drop, drop.
Yeah, take me to a higher place on the daily. Don't get ahead cause you think I'm crazy, but she got me feeling daisy. Super shit's flying high. Y'all don't know we going why? Everybody in the city know we're never gonna quit it. Yo, they already took to get in the go.
Over me, boy.
And Tom Sandoval and his Scandivals or whatever can be the opener. I will miss that part, but they can open. I want Ashley O, not Miley Cyrus. No, I would want Miley too, but I'd want Miley Cyrus to do, this is what I wanted for her Super Bowl, okay? It goes through the Miley Cyrus eras. I'd want Hannah Montana to start the show, all of Hannah Montana. We go meet Miley. Then a huge tongue comes in. She leaves the stage, slides down on the huge tongue, bangers. Then she goes away. Her and Dolly Parton come out, younger now. Then goes back. All the Flaming Lips come out. They do a Dead Pets interlude while she's like changing and resting. We have a Ashley O interlude. Ashley O goes away. Miley comes out and does a medley of the three other albums, the Mother album, the Dua Lipa Plastic Hearts album, and her most recent album. And then she goes away, comes back as Hannah Montana. You'll always find your way back home. Period. That's what I want. I also want Zara Larsson featuring Crazy Frog. That would be really cool. I want the holographic pop star from Pixel Perfect. I forget her name. Pixel. To perform. I want her. I also want the fictional bands from Josie and the Pussycats, the titular Josie and the Pussycats, with the original girls and Du Jour. I want them performing. I want the Kia Asylum version of Charlie XCX. That's who I want. I want Kesha to come out, but only perform her songs from her like first two albums, Animal and Cannibal, and I want Bob the Drag Queen to perform with her the entire time, if he can handle it.
I don't around about Kesha.
I love her so much. Why are you crying?
I don't know.
She's alive. She's okay.
I love
She's gonna be fine.
I want RuPaul to perform as well. That would be fun. I want the Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Chipettes to perform. That would be fun in a moment. I want a band comprised of all Nepo babies, like musicians, Nepo kids, to perform some kind of song. This is so edged. This is cursed, but I'd want One Direction to perform with a hologram Liam. Ah! But like, I think another reason why I'm okay not going to Coachella is I never got to see One Direction perform in its entirety, like back in the day. So why, like, nothing I'm gonna see at Coachella in 2026 would ever compare to One Direction during the height of their career. Nobody compares to you. Literally, nobody compares to them. Another reason why I'm excited I'm not going to Coachella, and I think you should be too, is use your money, time, and energy to support local artists in your own community. The Monkey Boys, my favorite, made this video.
Guys, if you're ever bored on a weekend and you don't know what to do, go see a local band playing.
It's always a good time. You meet some new people. It's never too expensive. And rock some tunes.
And I couldn't agree more. Like, why are we spending so much money? Some people flying in to go to these shows. People who are pregnant are at this event. I'm like, you guys, let's stop for a second. Let's support local fashion designers. Let's support local chefs and restaurants. Let's support local musicians. Like, that is so much cooler to me than going to Coachella. I also am coming from a place where there's amazing food, music, and fashion locally. If you're local, you should watch the Merry Monarch competition. If you're not local, you should watch the Merry Monarch competition. Right now in Hawaii, there is a really amazing historic hula competition going on this weekend. So, like, that's where I'll be watching. But I'm just saying, use your money, your time, your energy. We can use it more methodically and spend it in a place where I think the impact is a lot greater, and I think it's cooler and more important. But that's just me. If you like this video, go ahead and hit like and hit subscribe and go check out some of my other videos. I am starting to post a lot more. It has been my dream for a while to make YouTube videos consistently. Let me know also if there are any other fun things that I've missed in my list of why I'm happy I'm not attending Coachella. Maybe I'll make a part 2 to this video, who knows? But yeah, okay. Thanks guys, love you, bye-bye.